There is a moment that spiritually aware people recognize instantly, even if they cannot explain it yet. A moment when being around others no longer feels neutral. Not bad. Not hostile. Just heavy. Conversations drain faster than they used to. Social environments feel loud even when no one is speaking. And time alone stops feeling like isolation and starts feeling like relief. From the outside, this looks like withdrawal, distance, detachment. From the inside, it feels like survival. Spiritually aware people do not protect their solitude because they dislike others. They protect it because awareness changes the cost of engagement. And once that cost becomes clear, solitude stops being optional. It becomes necessary. To understand this, you have to first understand what spiritual awareness actually does. Awareness is not just insight. It is sensitivity. When awareness deepens, perception sharpens. You don't just hear words. You feel intention. You sense emotional undercurrents. You notice tension before it becomes conflict. Before awareness, your nervous system filtered most of this out. After awareness, it doesn't. You begin to feel the emotional weather of a room the way you once felt temperature. Subtle. Immediate. Impossible to ignore. This is why spiritually aware people often feel overstimulated in environments that others find normal. It's not arrogance. It's not fragility. It's perception. When you are aware, unconscious dynamics become exhausting. Small talk feels empty not because it lacks content, but because it lacks presence. Drama feels unnecessary not because you are superior, but because you can see the loop. Emotional volatility feels invasive because your nervous system no longer dissociates from it. Solitude becomes the only place where your system can return to baseline. Not because others are wrong, but because awareness is expensive to maintain in noisy environments. Society does not understand this. We are taught that availability equals kindness. That responsiveness equals love. That constant connection equals health. So when a spiritually aware person begins to pull back, guilt follows quickly. You may hear it in your own thoughts. Am I becoming selfish? Am I avoiding people? Am I losing my ability to connect? But the truth is simpler and more uncomfortable. You are no longer willing to absorb what you cannot unsee. Before awareness, you participated unconsciously. You mirrored emotions. You regulated others. You played roles. After awareness, that participation feels dishonest. Solitude becomes the space where you are not required to manage anyone else's inner world. And once you taste that clarity, it becomes very hard to give it up. One of the deepest reasons spiritually aware people protect solitude is projection. Most human interaction is not an exchange of truth. It is an exchange of projections. People do not relate to you as you are. They relate to who they need you to be. The listener. The supporter. The stabilizer. The challenger. The mirror. Before awareness, you played along without noticing. After awareness, you can feel it happening in real time. You can feel expectations land on you like weight. You can feel unspoken emotional demands. You can feel when someone wants regulation, reassurance, validation, or control. This does not make the other person bad. It makes them unconscious. And awareness makes unconscious dynamics unbearable to sustain for long periods. Solitude is where projections dissolve. When you are alone, no one needs you to be anything. No one assigns you a role. No one unconsciously uses you as an emotional object. Your nervous system finally rests. Spiritually aware people protect solitude because it is the only place where their energy fully belongs to them. Another reason solitude becomes sacred is that awakening collapses social identity. Most relationships are built on identity contracts. I am this way, you are that way. This is how we relate. This is what you can expect from me. Awareness dissolves these structures. You stop identifying with your persona. You stop defending your image. You stop maintaining consistency for the sake of comfort. To you, this feels like honesty. To others, it feels destabilizing. When you stop performing, people feel uncertain around you. They don't know how to engage. They don't know what version of you they're getting. And many people unconsciously rely on predictability to feel safe. So when awareness removes the mask, relationships built on roles begin to strain. Solitude becomes the place where identity can recalibrate without pressure. It is where you don't have to explain your shifts. Where you don't have to translate your inner changes into something digestible. Where you don't have to reassure anyone that you're still familiar. Spiritually aware people protect solitude because it is the only environment where becoming is allowed without interruption. There is also a biological reason solitude becomes essential. Awareness rewires the nervous system. You become less tolerant of chronic stress. Less willing to override intuition. Less able to ignore internal signals. Crowded schedules, emotional obligations, and constant stimulation that once felt manageable now feel invasive. This is not weakness. It is regulation. Your system is learning to operate without dissociation. Solitude allows integration. It allows emotions to rise and resolve instead of being suppressed. It allows insight to settle instead of being overridden. It allows the body to recalibrate instead of staying braced. This is why spiritually aware people often need solitude after social interaction. Not because interaction is bad, but because processing now happens consciously. Solitude is where integration occurs. Without it, awareness fragments. Of course, solitude comes with a cost. Loneliness can appear. Guilt can surface. Fear of being misunderstood can intensify. Spiritually aware people often grieve relationships that no longer feel aligned, even when nothing went wrong. This grief is real. It is the grief of outgrowing unconscious intimacy. The grief of no longer being able to connect through shared illusion. The grief of clarity. But this does not mean solitude is avoidance. Avoidance is running from discomfort. Solitude is staying with it. Loneliness often shows up before strength stabilizes. It is a transitional state, not a destination. Spiritually aware people protect solitude not because it is easy, but because it is honest. Over time, something profound happens. Solitude stops feeling empty. It starts feeling inhabited. You become comfortable in your own presence. Your thoughts slow down. Your emotions become less dramatic and more informative. You stop needing external reference points to know who you are. This is when relationships begin to change again. Not all of them survive. But the ones that do feel different. There is less neediness. Less expectation. Less unconscious pull. Connection becomes optional instead of compulsory. Spiritually aware people do not isolate forever. They re-enter relationship differently. From fullness, not hunger. From clarity, not confusion. From choice, not fear. This is only possible because solitude was protected. One of the hardest lessons of awareness is learning that not everyone can follow you where you are going. Not because they are lesser, but because awareness changes the terms of engagement. Some people want intensity, not presence. Some want reassurance, not truth. Some want familiarity, not evolution. Protecting solitude is how spiritually aware people avoid shrinking back into old patterns just to stay connected. It is not rejection. It is self-respect. If you are in a season where solitude feels necessary, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming clear. You are not withdrawing from love. You are withdrawing from unconsciousness. Solitude is not a wall. It is a filter. It protects what is fragile while it strengthens. And awareness, especially early on, is fragile. That fragility deserves care. Spiritually aware people understand something most never realize. Awareness cannot be rushed. It cannot be forced. And it cannot survive constant neglect. Solitude is how awareness is honored. Not as escape, but as responsibility. Because once you see clearly, you cannot unsee. And once you are aware, it becomes your duty to protect the conditions that allow that awareness to deepen. Solitude is not what spiritually aware people hide in. It is what they guard. Quietly. Intentionally. Without apology. Because clarity is rare. And anything rare must be protected.